director here at St. John's. Thank you for being here. Welcome to another concert on an occasional series that we started way back in 2013 called the St. John's Bach Project. How many of you have been to one of these concerts before? Okay, yay! Oh, thank you for coming back. And so those of you who haven't been to one, welcome. And if you're joining us by live stream this evening, special welcome. If you're joining us by live stream, there's a link that you can click on that will take you to the concert program so you know exactly what's going on at all times. I would mention, before I talk about a couple of other things and then get to the music, that this is only one of the series that we do at St. John's. We're about to start our 16th Music at St. John's Sunday afternoon concert series. Those are all listed on the back of your program. And the first one is September 29th, Robert Law and Chamber Jazz, which is going to be just wonderful original jazz that afternoon. So get all of those on your calendar. I would also mention that the St. John's Bach Project, like our other series, are supported entirely by donations. And so, two things. Number one, you noticed that nobody hassled you for money on the way in. And that means that on your way out, after you're hopefully you'll be so inspired by the music that you want to make an offering. So the ushers will have collection plates available. Also, if you want to support this series in particular, you can see on the back of the program a list of wonderful people who have joined the St. John's Bach family. And if you're sad not to find your name there, that's what the orange form is for. So you can make a donation, you can scan the QR code or go to musicatstjohns.org or use a check if you still do that, and then you'll find your name on the next St. John's Bach Project program. I'd also mention that if you join the Bach family tonight, we'll send you home with a really cool St. John's Bach Project coffee mug. So consider doing that. I'd also mention that following the concert, there'll be a reception in the narthex right outside where you can greet the performers, so we hope you'll stick around and just enjoy talking about the music. So, changing hats from music director to conductor. I want to tell you a couple of things about the pieces that you're going to hear tonight. Of course, if you have followed this series at all, you know that one of the main reasons that we do this is to get to perform some of the most fantastic music ever written. And not just generically Bach, but particularly the cantatas, this incredible body of work that was written for liturgical use over a period of years. They are really kind of a miracle, I think. And as the music director of several Lutheran churches in his lifetime, Bach composed original cantatas for the weekly Sunday liturgy as companions to the sermon and to illustrate the feast of the day. Scholars believe that he composed close to 5 complete cycles of these cantatas, of which we're going to perform 2 for you this evening. They're all generally about 30 minutes or so. They all are multi-movement works, some of which involve chorus, some of which just involve soloists, most involve instrumentalists, and there's just really nothing like them. Not only the sheer volume, but I think the cantatas contain some of his most dramatic and most expressive music, and so that's why we're nuts about the cantatas. That's why we get people together to do cantatas whenever possible. The 2 cantatas that we're performing tonight are interesting companions to one another for a couple of reasons. For one thing, these 2 cantatas that you're going to hear were actually composed and premiered within just a couple of months of each other in the year 1726 in Leipzig. And in fact, the first cantata that we're performing this evening, number 102, was premiered almost 398 years ago to the day. It was premiered in worship on August 25th, 1726. Each of these cantatas is 7 movements long. They have a very similar structure, a big, fantastic opening chorus, a bass recitative, an alto aria, ending with a familiar 4-part chorale, etc. The use of the soloists in the 2 cantatas is almost identical. The only difference is that you will hear a tenor aria in the first cantata and a soprano aria in the second cantata. There's wonderful stuff for obligato instruments, chiefly flute and oboe, so you'll hear beautiful solos from them. But the 2 are very, very different in tone. And I wanted to just warn you that the first one that we're going to perform, number 102, written for the 10th Sunday after Trinity Sunday, has as its inspiration the text from the prophet Jeremiah. O Lord, do your eyes not look for truth? You have struck them, but they have felt no anguish. You have consumed them, but they have refused to take correction. They have made their faces harder than rock. They have refused to turn back. You're going to hear that text in its entirety in this fantastic opening chorus, and translations will be on the screens throughout for those of you that are rusty in German. The purpose of this chorus and this entire cantata, to be honest, is to get you, the congregation, to change your hearts, to change your wayward ways. And after that opening chorus, each of these soloists is going to come down stage in turn, and singing some of the most fantastic and expressive music, they're going to tell you one after another what you are doing wrong with your life. So just expect that. The second cantata is happier, but the first cantata is kind of relentless in that way. The closing chorale says in parts, "Today you live, repent today, for if you die without remorse, your body and soul will burn hereafter." Enjoy. Would you please join me in welcoming the chorus and soloists to the stage?
denn der Verkehrte will sich zu Weide leget. Wo ist die Kraft von seinem Wort, wenn alle Besserung weicht aus dem Herzen fort? Der Höchste suchet uns durch Samt und zwar zu zähmen, ob der verirrte Geist sich wollte noch bequemen. Doch fällt er fort in dem verstocknen See, so gibt er ihn ins Herzens Dunkel hin. verachtest du den Reichtum seiner Gnade, Geduld und Langmütigkeit. Verachtest du den Reichtum, verachtest du den Reichtum seiner Gnade, Geduld und Langmütigkeit. Weißest du nicht, dass dich Gottes Güte zu Buße locket? Weißest du nicht, dass dich Gottes Güte zu Buße locket, zu Buße locket? Du aber nach deinem verstockten und unbußfertigen Herzen häufest dir selbst den Zorn auf den Tag des Zorns. Aber einem verstockten und unbußfertigen Herzen häufest dir selbst den Zorn auf den Tag des Zorns. Und der Offenbarung des gerechten Gerichts und der Offenbarung des gerechten Gerichtswortes. Verachtest du den Reichtum seiner Gnade, Geduld und Langmütigkeit.
Erschrecke doch, du allzusichere Seele, du allzusichere Seele, du allzusichere Seele, erschrecke doch, du allzusichere Seele. Denk, was dich für dich zähle. Denk, was ich für dich zähle. Der Süden Joch, der Süden Joch. Denk, was ich für dich zähle. Der Süden Joch, denk, was ich für dich zähle, der Süden Joch. der Zorn hernach dir desto schwerer sei, damit der Zorn hernach dir desto schwerer sei, damit der Zorn hernach dir desto schwerer sei, desto desto schwerer sei, damit der Zorn hernach dir desto schwerer sei, desto schwerer, damit der Zorn hernach dir desto schwerer sei, der Zorn hernach dir desto schwerer sei.
Okay, so how are you all feeling about yourselves now? There is hope that is on the way. This second cantata, number 39, as I mentioned, was written and premiered just a couple of months ahead of the one that you just heard. It was first performed in Leipzig on the 23rd of June, 1726. And the text is Brich, dem Hungrigen dein Brot, bring the hungry thy bread. And while that one that you just heard was all about how we need to change our ways for fear of eternal damnation, this cantata that you're about to hear, which is perfectly lovely and much more pastoral than the one that you just heard, is about how we should love one another and help each other unreservedly and unashamedly, because we are all we have. And if we do so, then God's grace will be abundant in our lives. The text that you're going to hear that Bach used as a springboard for the cantata, you'll hear a bunch of in another fantastic opening chorus, the very first movement, which comes from Isaiah 58. Is it not to deal thy bread to thy hungry, and that thou bring the poor that are cast out to thy house? Then shall thy light break forth as the morning, and thy health shall spring forth speedily, and thy righteousness shall go before thee. The glory of the Lord shall be thy reward. So after you hear a fantastic, very intricate, marvelously counterpointed chorus, then again, the soloists, in almost exactly the same structure as the first cantata, are going to come downstage and sing beautiful solos and recitatives. In this case, they're going to remind you that you should be kind to one another, and that is all the offering that God requires. At the end, the chorale that you will hear, and again, these chorales, the very last movement, those great Bach four-part chorales, often were on tunes that the congregation knew well and would join in singing when it came to that point in the cantata. So if you know this chorale and you know the German, feel free to join us. But again, great contrast to the first cantata that you heard. The text you'll hear is, "Blessed are those who out of mercy take on themselves others' need, are compassionate with the poor, plead faithfully for them to God. Those who are helpful with counsel also, where possible with deed, will receive help in return and obtain mercy." I mentioned at the very, very beginning that this is an occasional series. We do these, if we're lucky, maybe twice a year. And one of the ways that you may feel inspired to support the series is because this text may move you in some way. It may make you feel like this is something that you should be doing, is to helping one another. Ever since we came back from lockdown and we had this period in the wilderness where certainly as musicians and especially as singers, we couldn't get together in a room like this and enjoy music like this. Every time I'm in front of a group, I just like to remind us all how precious this all is, how lucky we are to perform this music, how lucky we are to hear this music. We're so happy you're here this evening sharing this with us. We hope you enjoy cantata number 39, Brich, dem Hungrigen dein Brot.
Gott wirft seinen Überfluss auf uns, wie wir ohne ihn auch nicht den Odem haben. Sein ist es, was wir sind, er gibt nur den Genuss, doch nicht, dass uns allein nur seine Schätze laben. Sie sind der Probestein, wodurch er macht bekannt, dass er der Armut auch die Notdurft ausgespendet, als er mit milder Hand, was jene nötig ist, uns reichlich zugewendet. Wir sollen ihn für sein gelehntes Gut, die Zinse nicht in seine Scheuren bringen. Barmherzigkeit, die auf dem Nächten ruht, kann mehr als alle gab ihn Annas Herze dringen. vergesset nicht. Wohl zu tun und mitzuteilen, vergesset nicht, vergesset nicht, vergesset nicht, denn solche Opfer gefallen Gott wohl, denn solche Opfer gefallen Gott wohl, gefallen Gott wohl, denn solche Opfer gefallen Gott wohl. Vergesset nicht, vergesset nicht, vergesset nicht, denn solche Opfer gefallen Gott wohl, denn solche Opfer gefallen Gott wohl, denn solche Opfer gefallen Gott wohl, gefallen Gott wohl, denn solche Opfer gefallen Gott wohl, solche Opfer gefallen Gott wohl.
sind in diesem Leben, und wenn dies dir gefällt, den Schwachen lieb der Erd. Ich bringe, was ich kann, hier, lass es dir behagen, dass ich, was du versprichst, aus teils davon mittragen.
Orchestra, let's stand.